Very good morning, students. Today we are starting fifth unit. So this is the last unit of design patterns. So this is the last two parts. The first part is behavioral patterns 2. In the fourth unit, there's 7 behavioral patterns. Pattern 1. So behavioral patterns 2. The other part of the behavioral patterns is 4 patterns. So these are all the 4 patterns. One is state pattern, strategy, template method, visitor. So these are the 4 patterns. Next, coming to the next topic, what to expect from design patterns, a brief history, the pattern community, an invitation, a parting thought. So these are all the 4 topics, last 4 topics, last part. You can say it as last part. This is total introduction, not introduction. We can say this brief history about the design patterns or discussion of design patterns at the last 4 topics. This is normal topics as I expect what the clients or whatever the expecting from design patterns. What is the brief history? What are the pattern communities and parting thoughts? If there is any thoughts of parting the patterns as a community and an invitation, all can discuss in these topics. So this is the 5th unit. Now if we start the behavioral patterns too, same it is behavioral patterns is nothing but the way of interaction between the classes and object. Here also the patterns defines as state pattern, strategy, template method and visitor. So up to visitor the 23 patterns catalog will be totally completed. Now we'll see the first part. The first part is state pattern. So the first part in the unit 5, the first pattern is state pattern. So generally you all know that state means basically we can say about the states, like the if you listen the state word as a vocabulary, it defines like process states or TCP states, UDP, or whatever the states of the process states, transactions, all can be defined in the state. So if there is any problem occurs when the state changes or a way of interaction between from one state to the another state, then we'll apply this state pattern. So this is the state pattern. So now we'll see the intent. This is the intent. It allows an object to alter its behavior when its internal state changes. So generally whenever the internal state changes, alter its behavior means alter means modifying. If there is the best example for this state pattern, if we take the operating system process states, new state, ready state, running state, blocked state and exit state. Whenever the process is created at the new state, then it will, after creation of the particular process, then it will move to the ready state. That internal state changes from one state to the another state. In this wherever the state going to be changes, if there is problem occurs in the altering its behavior or when the internal state changes, then we'll apply this type of state pattern. And this is the intent. It allows an object to alter its behavior when its internal state changes. So this is the intent. And it is also known as objects for states. So whatever the states defining, it is also known as objects for states. And if we take the motivation, what the problem illustrates and how the problem is going to be solved. So here I am considering the TCP connection, TCP IP or TCP UD, TCP transmission control protocol, user datagram protocol, internet protocol. If we take the network as an example for this state pattern, TCP states is the best example for the state pattern. So here we are taking the examples as TCP states as established connection, connection established, connection listening, close, establishing, closing and processing, nothing but listening. So this defines in this the particular design problem needs a state pattern to solve such type of design problem. So this is the motivation defined. The third point, see the third point, that key idea in this pattern is to introduce an abstract class called TCP state to represent the states of network connection. Here we are taking the network as an example. here I am taking the TCP connection as the best example for this TCP states. So this is about motivation. So if you take the motivation diagram, so see this diagram. TCP connection, connection will be whatever I am taking the example as a TCP open, connection close, acknowledging, and whatever the states defines whatever the TCP states. TCP established one state, TCP listen another state, TCP close another state. So this is the motivation diagram. What the example I am taking in the motivation template, that is nothing but motivation as a TCP connection, TCP state, TCP established, TCP listen, and TCP close. So this is about motivation diagram. Next, coming to the applicability. So where the state pattern uses, in what situations the state pattern is going to be used. The first situation is nothing but depends on the behavior on its state, and it must change its behavior at runtime depending on the state. So dynamically, if we want to dynamically if we want to change any state, internal state changes, then we'll apply such type of pattern. So that is the runtime depending on that state depends totally on the dynamic way. So that is the best way to apply this type of pattern. The next applicability is this lets you treat the object state as an object in its own right that can vary independently from the other object. If there is any n number of objects, one object to the another object, if there is any TCP state transition can be performed from one state to the another state independently. This lets you apply the state pattern in that situation. So this is the applicability. Next, coming to the next template is structure. So this is the structure of the state pattern. So in the motivation diagram, we have seen the TCP connection, TCP state. So state means TCP established, listening, connection. So here also we are defining the context as a TCP connection, state as a TCP state, concrete states as a TCP established, listening, and close. So this is the structure of state pattern. So context, whatever we are needed to make a request to the defining, to establishing the states. So that is the context, and here we are taking the example as a TCP connection. So context as a TCP connection. This is the structure. Next, coming to the next template, participants. So here three participants. One is context, defines as the TCP connection. State defines as the TCP state. Concrete state classes is nothing but TCP established, TCP listen, TCP close. So context, what is the main responsibilities that carried out by the context means it defines the interface of interest to clients. So creating the interface or sharing. So if there is any need to sharing or creating the interface, this context establish a connection to perform the number of states. So that is the main responsibility of the context. Next, coming to the state, defines an interface for encapsulating the behavior wherever the particular state of the context, whatever the behavior, if the behavior needs as established, if the behavior needs as a listening, if the behavior needs as a close, all these can be defined by the state. So that state is one of the main participants in the state pattern. Next, concrete subclasses implements a behavior associated with the state of the context. So whatever the concrete subclasses means establishing, listening, closing, whatever all depends on its the state's behavior. Concrete classes will be implemented based on the state behavior. So this is the participant, and so collaborations also defining context delegates state specific request to the current state object. Whatever the requests are generated in the context, that depends on the state, and state defines by using the concrete subclasses can be defined as a concrete state object based on the request, client request. So this is the participants. Now next template is consequences. So consequences means if we apply this pattern, so what are the results we are facing in what way if we apply this pattern, what is the result we are affected. So the first one, if we apply this pattern, it localizes state specific request. If we apply this pattern, the primary interface for clients will be created. If we apply this pattern, sharing should be done between the state object. All can be faced by the clients when we apply the state pattern. So localizes state specific behavior, partitions behavior for different states. The state pattern puts all behavioral associated with a particular state into one object. So localizes means if it performs any local accessing of a state object, it defines all the behavior can be depends on the state specific objects or state specific request. So whatever the request is generated, it localizes the state specific behavior. So this is the main result we are facing in the client applies the state pattern. And creating of interface can also define for the client's primary interface will be created. When we apply this state pattern, the primary interface will be created for the clients. So that is the second result which we are facing when we apply this state pattern. Next, coming to the sharing will be done between the state object. Sharing of the objects will be done between the state object. Sharing from one object to the another object. For example, we are taking process states like new to ready. So after creation of a new process, then ready will be performed. So that is the consequences. That is the main consequence. Sharing of the consequence will face of this pattern. So this is the consequences. So next template is implementation. So three implementation techniques. One is who defines the state transitions. The second one is creating and destroying state objects. Third one, using dynamic inheritance. So first one, who defines the state transitions means generally the state object does not specify any behavior of its state object. So generally the transition which is defined from one state to the another state, the state object defines the state transition whenever the internal state changes. So in this way we implement this state pattern. Next, second one, creating and destroying state object. So by creating an object and as well as vice versa destroying an object. So whenever the new object is created, at the end terminating state, there is a ending state can be performing as a destroying state object. So by implementing creating and destroying state object also will implement this type of pattern. Next, coming to the inheritance, which defines the main root class, intermediate classes and subclasses. All this can be performed as a runtime accessing, nothing but dynamic inheritance. So if we implement this pattern as a dynamic inheritance, in this way also we implement this type of state pattern to solve the design problem by using the all these state objects which defines as a dynamic inheritance as a one of the implementation technique. Defining the state objects as a state transition by creating the state objects as well as by destroying the state object. All these are the implementation techniques which will use it to solve the design problem in the framework. So this is the implementation technique. Next, coming to the next template. Next template is sample code. So this is the sample code for state pattern. So here we are taking the main public class as a context and object as a state objects, like any object, creating object or destroying object, whatever it may be. I am taking here the object as a state object. So abstract class as a state and method as a voice handle. So concrete state, A extends state or B extends from the state TCP state. Here we are taking the TCP state. So all these can be two methods which is to need to define. So here we are taking the operation as handle is the operation. So this is about the sample code, and as well as same in all the methods there is a implementing the code. So this is the sample code. Next, coming to the last part, templates. So known uses. So here we are taking the state transition diagram. The best example for this state pattern is process state transition diagram. I already told you that process state transition is nothing but new, ready, running, blocked and exit. So new state, ready state, running state, blocked state and exit state. And next through network connection we are taking the connection established, connection listening, connection closing, nothing but TCP states and UDP. You can write the example as a UDP also. So that's why I'm defining all the TCP states as network connection. Next, coming to the related patterns, is two related patterns. One is singleton and another one is flyweight. Singleton is nothing but using single instance we can access entire global accessing. So by using single state object we can access entire process states. The second one is flyweight. Sharing can be done between the state objects from one state to the another state to the another state. So that's why flyweight pattern also supported to this state pattern, and these two are the related patterns for state objects. So this is the two related patterns, singleton and flyweight. So this is about the state pattern. If you have any doubts, please ask me through any way. So thank you, students.